Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Metin 2, and this is a free-to-play 3D fantasy MMORPG based in kind of an ancient Chinese background. You do have 4 character slots. You can see I've already created one character, kind of played around with it a little bit, get an idea of the game, and you can see right here you can move them around and you can see all the different slots that you can choose from. So you can kind of have fun with that. Or we can go to a brand new slot, we can create a character. Now you do have different factions that you can choose from. If I remember correctly, there's 3. So let's go and create, and let's hopefully, there we go. Let's get in there. Now you've got 4 different character classes, and as we move around we can see the different character classes. So you've got the Sura, you've got a mage, you've got a warrior, and you've got an assassin. And then you've got both male and female. And you can see right there, these are all the female characters and the types that you could play. And as you can see, very heavy on the skin for the warrior female. And you've got 2 different. Basically, you have no character customization. You got man and woman, and you got shape 1 or 2. And so there's 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and last but not least, 1 and 2. So I'm actually going to go with a mage. I kind of want to see how that works out. I played the warrior, pretty basic stuff as far as the warrior is concerned, but let's go ahead and go with the mage. We're going to go with that one, and let's put in our name. I still do have to make that video for you guys. It explains why I use that name, but let's go ahead and create. She jumps up and down, does a little spin, and we've got our 2 different character types. But it looks like once you choose one character on one specific faction, it looks like all your characters have to be created on that faction. So, very important thing to remember, make sure you choose your factions carefully, because the factions really come into play because the game has a heavy PvP base to it. So, let's get started. You can see intellect is my high stat, and on my warrior, of course, strength and constitution. But we'll get into more of that in a second. So he's all upset there in the background because I didn't choose him and then I chose her. So this is right here, the Devil's Catacomb. That's the most recent update to the game. The game does update fairly often, which is really good, especially for a game that's quite old. It's almost 7. Actually, it's over 7 years old now. Now, one thing you can notice right off of the bat, graphically the game is not fantastic. But it's an older game. It's been around a long time. We can zoom into my character, and you can see she basically looks like she did in the character select screen. So I mean, the character models look pretty good, but as far as the actual like backgrounds and stuff like that, it's a little bit lacking. But sometimes, like I've said in previous videos, that's okay, because you know what? Gives the opportunity for more players, a wider player base to play the game, keep playing the game. And since the game's been around a long time, it does have a pretty decent player base. Not many new players, but once you get up towards the higher levels, there's a pretty decent player base on the 2 servers. So we did just do that one quest, and it already knocked me up to level 2. Now it's kind of cool the way they do their leveling system. So you can see you've got these 4 different orbs, and as each orb fills up, you actually get character points. So you can see right there, because I filled up 3 of the 4 orbs, I have 3 points to spend. Well, we're going to drop those right in intellect and go ahead and get our bonuses for that. So, but let's cruise into town. You can see on our map, you can see we've got a couple different characters that we need to go see to get started. Unfortunately, we can't just click on the map, so we're going to have to run our way up there, but that's alright. So let's zoom back out a little bit. Nice thing about this is you can just click to where you want to go. You know what, let's see, what do we got here? A hungry wild dog. He's level 1. Let's go ahead and start fighting him. So now one thing that you can tell right out of the gate, actually use this fan. So let's go ahead and let's try taking this guy out with the fan. Now basically, to attack, you use the space bar, you hold it down, and you can move your character around, change the camera with your mouse buttons, and then have her cruise in different directions. But it's kind of nice because, as you can see, I'm just taking and I'm just holding down that space bar and letting her just go and just attack like crazy. So it's kind of cool. It's got this constant stream of attacks just by holding down the space bar. She'll just keep going, and that's with any character that you have. Now, one thing you saw right there were some pathing issues. I've noticed that throughout the game, but like I said, it is a little bit older game, so these pathing issues are to be expected. It's not that big of a deal, just a matter of you just have to make some adjustments while you're moving around. So let's zoom out a little bit. You can see the sun's kind of going down. It's getting a little bit darker, which is kind of cool because it's kind of a cool dynamic that they do at least have some things like that, you know, changing from light to darkness, even in a game that graphics-wise isn't that fantastic. Now, one thing I can also say is, on my other character, I got to the point where I've got a ton of these quests going on. It gets really tough the way that they have their actual quest log set up to actually see where you need to go very easily. Now, not to say that it should be super easy, but every single time that you want to take and you want to go somewhere, you need to bring up and you need to bring up this quest log. Well, if this quest log is full, you can see it says a little bit about the mission, but it doesn't really tell you too much. So you have to click on it and then you have to watch this whole thing. Well, if the quest actually has a bunch of text to it, you have to wait through that whole thing. So can kind of get a little bit annoying. One thing I think that they could add is just, you know, quest tracker or something like that to be able to easily track exactly what you're supposed to do. Now, it does have that there, and that's easy to track on those because I do have to kill 10 of those guys, but it does get a little bit more difficult when you are dealing with, you know, if you need to get something off of a specific type of monster. Like later on, we'll have to get like these different items off of different monsters. Well, that part doesn't track, and it doesn't necessarily tell you which monster. It does tell you in the quest description, but when you've got all kinds of different monsters that you're going after, sometimes it's difficult to remember, okay, well, this quest is for this, and this quest is for this. So it can kind of be a little bit of a pain. Nothing too big of a deal, but it is what it is. So, but what do you expect? Like I said, the game's almost 7 years old, or actually, like I said, it's over 7 years old. So you kind of some of these things you just kind of let go, I guess you could say. And you know, like I said, the game also does have a fairly decent player base. So you take and you see the higher level player base. They don't seem to mind any of this stuff. And that's one thing that you do want to do, though, is you do want to go through all these quests, because the simple fact is that, as you can see, I'm already level 2. They level you up really quick. There's the pathing issues I was talking about. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. But they level you up really quick, and once you take and you reach level 5, you're actually able to do your first job advancement and select. Like for a mage, it'll probably give me opportunity to be like, I don't know. We'll have to get there. So where can I get a piece of pearl? Let's just continue on, see if I can actually get to level 5. But basically, once you get to those first job level enhancements, like with my warrior, I was kind of given 2 options. One was kind of a berserk style warrior, and the other one was kind of a tank style warrior. So we did get a little wooden necklace, skill speed +2, increased fire resistance. So let's go ahead and equip that. But like I said, you can move around with point and click, but you can also move around with WAS and D, which makes it really handy. And they've got Q and E, which is your actual turn, and then your A and D are actually a strafe. So we're going to go ahead and click really far in the distance so we can look at some of this other stuff. Now, as you can see, I can highlight over this character here down this little guy. It says CVBN, and the reason it does that is C brings up your character sheet. Close that. V brings up your skills, and so you have two. This will actually show you. I have 2 options once I reach a certain level, and that's going to be. See, I just passed a guy with a quest, so let's go talk to him. So you can see right now it's dragon or lightning. So piece of the pearl, blah blah blah. Let's get through this. Thanks for the explanation, so on and so forth. So I just need to slay them. Yep. So you can see right here, you've got the dragon or the lightning. So I can become dragon, and you can see, which is funny because essentially it's all thunder or different dragon based skills, or lightning, which is all lightning lance, spirit lightning, lightning strike, bolts of lightning, so on and so forth. And you can see you've got some different assist skills, which are basically like secondary type skills and stuff like that. So that's basically how, and each character type has a different kind of a different set of 2 first job advancements that they get at level 5. So let's start taking out some of these wolves. Basically, like I said, just start wailing away on them with the space bar, and she's gonna just go ape shit with her fan and just start taking these guys out. Now, to me, it is a little bit disappointing that I don't have a actual mage skill to start out with, but I'm sure that I will get those in no time. I better use a potion before I die. Start taking these. Actually, I need to start killing these things. They're not going down too easy. See if I could use another potion. Looks like you can kind of somewhat spam these potions, not too much. Let's see how much, he doesn't have much health left. There we go. Got them all taken down. And you can see right there, then the little yellow stuff shows up, and I actually get my experience. Now this area over here seems to be loaded with guys, these little monsters that, well, these little dogs. As you can see, there's all kinds of different dogs, but it seems to be loaded with a bunch of higher level ones, so I better stick to the ones that are around my level and take them out. So I do like the fact that you can just kind of bulk these guys up and just start wailing on them in a big group. So you can start hitting, you know, as you can see, I'm hitting both of them at the same time and taking them out. And we got some potions, a bunch of gold just dropped, and we're almost to the next little step in our leveling. But the leveling is actually pretty quick, especially if you run outside and you do all the quests and stuff like that. Let's see, these guys are level 1, so we could take them out. So, but let's see, what else do we have here? We've got, now we didn't look at B, so that's all your emoticons and actions and stuff like that. So you want to take, and obviously those are more for your role-playing pleasure, so to say. So let's take that guy out, and he just dropped a ton of gold. I really wish I knew exactly what if there was a pickup hotkey. Let's see, is there one here? Interactive slap, French kiss, kiss, dance. Let's see what dance does. Let's go ahead and see if my character, you can only use that after it's been equipped. So where do I equip it? I want to equip this. So how do I, let's see, how can I equip it? Well, I don't know what I'll equip it. I need just a straight up pickup. Doesn't look like there is a pickup, and it looks like I need to choose a target. Well, either way, let's move on. So N actually brings up your quest log. Kind of some weird hotkeys as far as the stuff is concerned. I is your typical inventory. Then you've got the messenger, which is for different stuff, you know, friends, guilds, all that good jazz. Then you've got your system. You guys may be having a hard time hearing the actual sound, but that's because I had to turn it way down, as you can see. We'll turn it up just a little bit for you guys so you can hear some of the music, because the music, they actually did a pretty good job of keeping the music very much in line with kind of the basically giving the game good ambiance. It is a little bit repetitive, but not too big of a deal. So let's take out some more. Actually, let's take out some more of these hungry wild dogs. They're only level 1. They go down. They still take a little bit for me to take them out, but let's still get them in a big group and just start wailing on them a little bit. So it is too bad that I don't have any skills, like I said, any spell casting skills, especially since I'm a mage. I don't know too many mages that don't start off with at least one mage type skill. So, but whatever. The game is what it is. It chose to do things the way that it's done them. Like I said, pros definitely. I do like the area of effect combat type stuff. As you can see, the game does drop, is fairly liberal with its gold drop. Let's see, it definitely has some pretty cool little quests that come along throughout the game, and you can see right there, as it says, let me try, it shows you exactly where you need to go to take these guys out. So the one thing that kind of pisses me off with this map, though, is it seems to bounce around, like basically right there, but then later on when I take that map comes up from a quest again, it will take and it will be wherever it wants to be. It usually pops up right in the middle of the screen instead of staying up in that upper corner. But these are just little things. They're not too major. They're just little annoyances that I don't know if there's mods for this game or anything like that. As far as player-based mods, maybe you guys, if you're a big Metin 2 player, you can tell us if there's different mods and stuff like that to change your UI. As far as the UI is concerned, I have to say it's pretty clean, nice and sleek. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in your gaming window. Everything's pretty much all around the side, so you don't have a lot of stuff really getting in your way when you're adventuring or whatever. So it's kind of nice that you don't have to worry about all of that different stuff. Or, you know, I guess you could say it's kind of nice having full visual range as far as the game is concerned. So, but let's see, did we complete any of these quests? Find the recruiter instructor, collect a piece of the pearl, and it looks like we took out all the wolves that we needed to take out. So we could start cruising into town, turn in our quests, get a bunch of levels. We did get a new point, as you can see. We got a new skill point there. It's really weird to, you know, you think you want to put all your stats into intellect, but it seems like she's pretty hand-to-hand combat right now. So I'm going to throw a couple into strength. who knows, maybe we might level now and it'll change everything. Now, we're supposed to come in here and talk to a few guys, but go back and see the guard. So where is he? The recruit instructor, or maybe we did all of those. Mission 2 complete, wild dogs killed, so turn that in, and that basically gave us all of our experience except for like one little teeny tiny point. So did we complete all of our quests? We need to kill 3 more wild dogs, but I'll do that on my own. It looks like it's really advantageous to do that level quest because it basically gives you all of your leveling, and we got a bunch more points. We'll assign those around like that and move on with our day. But I'm going to head back out, take those wolves out. But I am out of time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. If you'd like to play or learn more about Metin 2, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.